Here's the Queen. Well, this is not Mary Queen of Scots, but this is still, that's Cate Blanchett. You pick Cate Blanchett against Margot Robbie. What do you got? Who would win, right? Who's going to win in that battle between Margot and Cate? But, of course, let's get right to it. Let me just set it up. So, this is not going to be a well-viewed movie. Nevertheless, that's Elizabeth starring Cate Blanchett. Not to be confused with The Golden Age, which is a load of shite. So, this is the stunt crew for Mary Queen of Scots, which is coming out Friday. Sorry, this is not a comic book movie or Star Wars or Marvel superheroes or DC superheroes. You know, not every week is going to have something. I'm not going to make something up. So I'm going to just show you some really good stuff anyway. And so who do we have here? We have, these are the actors. There's a lot of actors, but most of them you're not going to know unless you're British. So we have Saoirse Ronan, who plays Mary Stuart, the title character. And we have Margot Robbie as Elizabeth, not Cate Blanchett. And I have here the crew. This is the stunt people for Mary Queen of Scots. So we have the stunt coordinator, which is Richard Ryan. He's done Vampire Diaries, Sleepy Hollow, the TV show, and Sherlock Holmes. I think it's the last one. Something Shadows. The one with Robert Downey Jr. as Sherlock. Tony Condren is the assistant stunt coordinator. He's done The Tudors. Ken Doherty is the utility stunts. He's done King Arthur, which is it was a 2004 movie, and The Escapists. I think that's a TV show. Jason Beeston, he's working on Fast and Furious 9, Hobbs and Shaw, Holmes and Watson, which is coming out this Christmas, and the spin-off of Men in Black. So watch out for this guy here. Jason Beeston is a beast. Adam Behan we have for Penny Dreadful. His brother, I guess, Jerry Behan. He worked on the TV show Reign, which is about Mary. That's the television version of Mary Queen of Scots. Camelot, The Tudors, King Arthur. Lemuel Black, Quantico, the TV show, Penny Dreadful. And below we have some of these other ones here. Dave Boyle, Aaron Condren, Sean Condren, Max Cormack, Jonathan East, David Garrick, Nathaniel Martin, Hamish McDood, Kelly Mizilrian, Alex Payne. Kelly Mizilrian is, I think, assistant department coordinator, like, for stunts. So she's for, like, assistant department. That's why I put the glasses. James Cosgrove, or Cosgrave. I'm not sure if I wrote it A or an O. Peter Dillon, Levan Duran, Stav Dvorkin, Mark Flanagan, Michael Hanna, Lee McDermott, Errol Mehmet, Ciaran O'Grady, Mark Sears. And there's 4 more. Dan Stiles, Harvey Taylor, Richie Wilson, Lauterio Zamparelli. So those are your like 30 people for doing stunts. Now, what kind of stunts are you going to see? You may see horseback. So just riding on horseback, running and horseback walking. Combat scenes. There's going to be, of course, a battle between Scotland and England. This is like medieval times, right? Renaissance period. You're going to see swordplay. You're going to see close combat. You're going to see explosions. You're going to see fires. And this is from the trailer itself. I'll put the link to the trailer in the description. And you're going to see running through rough terrain, you know, going through the forest, you know, running through trees, jumping over trees, trekking through long, like on the hills, like in Scotland, like those long hills. I'm not sure if I think filming might have been in Scotland, but some parts of Europe. So that's pretty much it. There's not a whole lot to this. In 4 minutes, almost 5 minutes, I'm explaining to you the movie. But it's a historical piece. It tells about the relationship of Mary and Elizabeth. And I'll give you some closing thoughts. But before I do, let me give you a small history lesson here. This is my Funkin' Wagnalls encyclopedia. And real quick, Oh, I'm not sure if that's Mary Queen of Scots or not. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So that's Mary Stuart. Actually, this is Queen Mary of England. This might not be the right Mary. Oh well. I'll read you the Mary Queen of Scots. This is a picture of Queen Mary from England, but I'll read you the Mary Queen of Scots. Also, Mary, this is the first time I'm reading this, by the way. I didn't do this for a term paper or anything like that. These books I got from 1990 when I was 12 years old. Anyway, let's go ahead. Mary Stuart, daughter James III, King of Scotland, by his second wife, Mary Guise. Born in Lithgow, December, Queen, should we go? She was married to the Dauphin of France, who succeeded the French throne as Francis II in 1559, died the following year. Mary returned to Scotland. She surrounded herself with Protestant advisors, but her chief minister being her half-brother, James Stuart, whom she soon after created Earl of Moray. And then she married her cousin, Catholic Scottish Lord Danley. I'm going to fast read this for you. Hope to be. The marriage aroused Protestant feelings and was a signal for an insurrection by Moray and a Scottish noble family who hoped to be joined by the whole Protestant party. Their hope was disappointed, however, and the Queen, taking the field in person, at once quelled the revolts. Let's see. Her triumph was scarcely over when misunderstandings began to arise between her and Darnley. She had given him the title of king, but he now demanded that the crown be secured to him for life, and that, if the Queen died without children, it should descend to his heirs. Minister Rizzio, the king. The king was now persuaded that Rizzio was the obstacle to his designs upon the crown. Acting on his belief, he entered into a formal compact with Moray. James Douglas, the result of It was suspected that Mary herself was not wholly ignorant of the plot. I think it was a plot. Let's see. Excuse me. Moray's revolt, Rizzio's murder, had been favored by the Queen. So, evidence sustaining this theory is found in incriminating letters and sonnets, allegedly written by Mary to Bothwell and found later. So, it's a lot of betrayal. It's equal to escaping them. Nobles. She was able to lead an. Oh, okay, this step at once. Let me see if I can find it. This step at once turned the Scottish nobles against Mary. She was able to lead an army against them, although it was an equal to number of. So basically, of the okay, I'll read you the last paragraph, and then we'll move on. Of the ensuing intrigues to effect her deliverance and to place her on the throne of Elizabeth, the most famous was that of Mary's page, Anthony Babington, who plotted to assassinate Elizabeth. The conspiracy was discovered, and Mary was brought to the trial in October 1586. She was sentenced to death on the 25th, but not until February 1st of 1587 did Elizabeth sign the warrant of execution, which was carried out a week later. So there was a whole pissing match about kings and assassination attempts and assassinations and plots and betrayals and lust and greed and power. You know, it's those kinds of movies. Maybe you take your girlfriend to watch that kind of movie. So just like Elizabeth, just like this is the prequel. What you're looking at here is the prequel to Mary Queen of Scots. So if you watch this movie and then watch Mary Queen of Scots, you're caught up. You know your history. You can, if you're in high school, you can basically write a report and show it to the teacher and get a straight A. You know, that's it. So it's a slow week for movies. It's a slow week for everything else. There are all kinds of movies, and there are all kinds of stunt people in all kinds of movies. You may see them, you may not see them, but honor and respect your stunt doubles. And this is Maestro Drake signing out. And until next week, I'll see you then. See you at the movies.